you have been standing at the threshold of a new level. This is literally a threshold. I'm seeing like a doorway in my mind's eye, and you will step into the room and then step out of the room. It feels like you have made it to this level. You walk into the room and it's like, oh, I forgot something. Like I need to go back out and grab something. And then you'll step back into the room and you need to go get something else. It's like you'll be in the room for a little bit, you'll try and establish yourself, and you have to run back out and go grab some stuff. It feels like every time it's not every time, you feel like you have landed a new level, however, you are struggling to maintain it. I work with my one-on-one clients with this, and I talk about this in my roadmap to your dream life guide, is the establishment of your why, and sort of like reviewing it every time you get to a new level. I call it like redefining your why, because you have to go back to why you started in the first place to understand why you're at this level and in this room. And once that is established, then in order to maintain in this new room, you need to set new goals. So where I have this Pathfinder at the back of my deck, this is saying that you have been handed a new opportunity and you need to figure out what you want to do with it. This is a page energy, which is sort of, it's right after the 10 of Pentacles is when you get here. Sort of like you've manifested something, you've brought something into fruition, and now you need to figure out like, what do I want to do with what I've created? And that is where you are at right now. And why you keep stepping out of the room is because you are bringing like old mentalities, your old reasonings into this. Which is why I say go back to your why, because there's always a root cause as to why you set out in the first place. Reviewing that will be like, oh, right, because when you're on the path, you get caught up. You know, it's like walking, you're like given a trail map, and then you walk the trail and you encounter all these things, like, you know, maybe you came across some wildlife, that sort of stuff. And it sort of distracts you from where you were going in the first place and why. The why sort of like brings you back to your center. And now it's time for you to expand your vision, that there needs to be a bigger reason as to why you are in this room. So let's get into this. There's some kind of interesting justice here. Karma, there's balancing here. But I always find that when you are hitting blockages, frustrations, that sort of thing, it is a sign that you need to be thinking bigger. You need to be setting much bigger goals, almost like astronomically bigger, so that the problems that you are facing down now seem relatively insignificant, if that makes any sense. Let me get some clarity on this energy. I'm getting that you're feeling a bit impatient, where I have the 7 of Trees reversed, or that you have been stalling, that you are leaving this time of patience, this 7 of Pentacles energy. This is interesting because in the upright, this can be a very frustrating card. However, with this in reverse, this is almost like you've got into your comfort zone of like pouring into things. You know, the 7 of Pentacles is like you're growing, and you're not necessarily, it's not an abundant harvest. It's a lot of hard work. 7s can be a lot of hard work. And this is saying that you've almost gotten a little comfortable in this, but not to the 8 of Pentacles level. This is more of like comfortable doing the things that are like maintaining this level, but not taking that like, those things that sort of push you out of your comfort zone, that would really state that you are the master, which that mastery is that 8 of Pentacles. That what is a masterful level. You're being asked to go inwards. You may be pushed into a bit of a hermiting period. You may feel a bit reclusive right now as you're trying to figure this out. I'm getting this energy of like frustration, but the answer to your problem also scares you. So you're almost comfortable being frustrated because getting out of your getting out of your comfort zone and facing this fear to like maintain this next level, you're like, oh, actually, fuck that. That, yeah, ooh, this tower here is that it would be either like a big change or doing something scary that may like shatter your ego a little bit, bruise your ego, or like, oh, I'm not sure I'm ready for this level of like rejection or that sort of thing. This is almost like being asked to be a beginner on like a new scale that is a bit requires some kind of scrutiny or that sort of thing. It's like, that's the thing about like getting to new levels, is like you have more eyes on you, but you're still doing like new stuff. Like being a newbie is embarrassing. It can feel shameful. Like you are just out there, just giving it your best, even if you don't have a lot to like show right now. So everyone sort of gets to see you at your most vulnerable, but you're at a bigger level, you're on a bigger stage. Yeah, there's some kind of like hurt or heartbreak that you are fearing that comes with this. So it could be you being on a bigger platform, on a bigger stage, that sort of thing, like having a new role in your workplace where people are really looking up to you. Or just like, yeah, eyeballs on you in some ways. Like, oh, a lot of people are watching me. A lot of people have expectations of me. I could let a lot of people down, and I don't know that I can handle that reality, because that is also part of entering new spaces, is that it takes like a real lucky shot to like stick that landing. Is that usually you crash and burn, because that's just the learning process. That is what learning is. Learning is just a series of failures until you get good at it. Everything is hard until it's easy, that sort of thing, and you're almost shying away from the hard, but it's not going to get easy until you do the hard thing. This Eight of Lotuses is asking you to walk away from what is not serving you, and I'm getting that is really where the hang up is. So if this is resonating with you, let me know. If you want any help figuring out what it is that needs to be left behind, go ahead and book a one-on-one with me, book a tarot reading. All of that is available in my bio. You can book with me on goldenpsyche.com.